Aethelbert was born in the mid-800s, the second son of King Aethelwulf and his first wife Osburh. He was likely born in Wessex, which was one of the 7 kingdoms that made up England at the time. Aethelbert succeeded his older brother, Aethelbald, as King of Wessex in 860. Aethelbald had died without an heir, so the crown passed to Aethelbert. As soon as he became king, Aethelbert faced numerous challenges. The Vikings, who had been raiding England since the late 700s, had become more aggressive in recent years, and they frequently attacked Wessex and other kingdoms. To protect his people, Aethelbert was forced to pay tribute to the Vikings, which drained the resources of Wessex. However, he also took steps to fortify his kingdom and make it more difficult for the Vikings to attack. Aethelbert was a skilled military leader, and he led his forces in several successful battles against the Vikings. In 865, he and his brother, King Aethelred of Mercia, fought a decisive battle against a Viking army that had landed in East Anglia. Aethelbert's reign was also marked by internal conflict. He faced opposition from some of his own nobles, who were unhappy with his policies and resented his power. Despite these challenges, Aethelbert was able to maintain his hold on the kingdom and keep Wessex strong. He was known for his charisma and his ability to rally his people to his cause. Aethelbert was a devout Christian, and he supported the church during his reign. He was a patron of several monasteries and churches, including the important monastery at Sherborne. Aethelbert married his cousin, Wulfrith, and they had at least one son, Aethelwald. Little is known about their marriage or their personal lives, but it is likely that they had a political alliance as well as a romantic one. Aethelbert was known for his generosity and his just rule. He was well respected by his subjects, who saw him as a fair and strong leader. Aethelbert issued a law code, known as the Judicia Civitatis Londonii, which helped to establish the legal system of Wessex. This code outlined the rights and duties of various classes of people, and it was an important step towards creating a more organized and just society. Aethelbert also established a mint at Winchester, which produced coins bearing his image. This was an important symbol of his power and authority, as well as a way to finance his military campaigns. Aethelbert died in 866, possibly from wounds sustained in battle. He was still a relatively young man at the time of his death, in his mid-30s. Aethelbert was buried at Sherborne Abbey, which he had supported during his lifetime. His tomb has not survived, but it was likely an impressive monument befitting a king. Aethelbert is venerated as a saint in the Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox churches. He is celebrated on February 25, the anniversary of his death. Aethelbert is mentioned in several historical accounts, including the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, which was written in the late 9th century, provides a year-by-year account of events in England from the arrival of the Anglo-Saxons in the 5th century up until the 12th century. These sources offer insights into his life and reign, as well as the political and social climate of England during the 9th century. It mentions Aethelbert several times, primarily in relation to his military campaigns and his dealings with the Vikings. Aethelbert's legacy continued beyond his death. His son, Aethelwald, attempted to seize the throne after his father's death, but he was ultimately unsuccessful. However, Aethelwald's descendants would go on to become kings of Wessex and eventually unite England under one crown. Today, Aethelbert is remembered as an important figure in English history, particularly in the history of Wessex. His reign was marked by challenges and conflict, but he was able to maintain his hold on the kingdom and keep Wessex strong. His legacy as a just and fair ruler, as well as his patronage of the church, helped to shape the development of England during the Middle Ages.